Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow. If you missed the last episode, we had breakfast. We did the recap of all the up there episodes, or chapters, I should say, and then we had breakfast with Stella, and we made our plan for the day, which is going to explore the forbidden wing of the Hollow Estate, or the Scarlet Estate. If you are enjoying this series, please do like, comment. We want to see more on the channel. If you want to see more Scarlet Hollow, I could do different runs with different ability things. Because I think the only abilities I have are, I actually don't know where to check that. But I think the only abilities I have are speak to animals in the mystical one. So if you want to see me do another playthrough with different abilities, I will definitely do that. I could do that. And if you're new or returning, please do leave, or please subscribe if you want. It'll show me a ton of support, help me keep doing what I'm doing. And with that, I hope you enjoy the rest of the video. I'm gonna reread this if you didn't, if you didn't watch all of the last episode, or if you forgot, I'm gonna reread this. The walk through town is quiet. It's early, and though you can smell the diner cooking up breakfast for hungry miners and brewing coffee for cops to sip while ignoring the horrors plaguing Scarlet Hollow, Main Street is deserted. You and Stella feel like the only people in the world watching the sunrise over the abandoned library. The estate looms over the three of you, more unwelcoming than it's ever been. As if the small bit of time you spent away in the warm house, still full of the love that built it, has made the mere thought of the crumbling manor unbearable. Oh dear, I've forgotten how dreadfully thin the air all the way up here is. However does Miss Tabitha survive it at so great an altitude? Perhaps that's why she's got such a sour disposition. Well, I can barely remember the last time I made my way up that hill. Verlaine didn't exactly make it easy for me to see Tabitha, so we usually hung out anywhere else we could think of. Your aunt had a tendency to shoot first and ask questions later, so I figured it was best not to risk winding up at the business end of her shotgun. You only make that mistake once. Wait, what? Wait, you got shot at? What? It's sad to see how much worse it's gotten. That cliff used to be a lot further away from the house, but it's claimed a lot of the ground. The place looks like it could fall any day now. It used to be such a beautiful house. Ah, yes, the screams of the ghosts. Together you cross a threshold, the ancient door creaking open to reveal the familiar, dusty foyer. Knowing Tabitha isn't here to keep you in line gives the place a new feeling, like you have a complete ownership of the place. That any secrets it once held are yours to be uncovered, if only you can figure out where to look. You can feel how much the floor is tilting. Geez, the place has really gone to the dogs since the last time I was here. Why, I take offense to that. If it had gone to the dogs, there would be considerably more comfortable pillows and considerably less cat. I can smell her already. That loathsome feline stench pervades every inch of this house. Everything feels so much older and disused. I can't believe Tabitha is still living here. I'm sure she has a lot of memories tying her to this place, but it feels like it could come down around our ears any second. So, where to first? Let's go see Dustin. let's go up to my room first. Oh? Got something up there you want to show me? Ma'am! Lead the way. I do, actually. His name is Dustin, and he's a possum. The two of you make your way up the rickety stairs and into the guest room. Why are you in my room? Diablo? Uh-oh. Sorry, Frofro. So we meet again, Frofro. Why, it has been ever so long. I'm sure you've missed me terribly. If only you were in the grave where you belong, I could spit upon it. You'll have to wait a while to indulge that pleasure, my dear feline friend. There they go, growling and hissing at each other like always. Gretchen usually gets along really well with cats, but I guess Frofro is just too much of a capital C cat. Ugh. While I am loath to part with the lovely warm spot I have made on the empty sheets, I cannot stomach your foul doggy stench any longer. Frofro leaps from her spot on the bed, launching into the hallway and galloping down the stairs. Good riddance. Anyway, if I remember correctly, this is Herlene's old room, right? Tabitha really wasted on no time getting this place turned over for guests. Someone has been here. The closet is wide open and its contents have been dragged out onto the floor or into the room. A discolored residue smeared on some of the larger boxes gives you a hint as who might be behind the invasion of privacy. Holy shit, that mess has gotta be Wayne, right? I think I'd know if you were that messy. Man, I mean I'm not, but it was. Did you say that this was Perline's own room? I knew someone died in here. Tabitha was so dismissive when I brought it up. Perline did die in her sleep, so one can assume maybe Tabitha just didn't want to talk about it. It's okay. Now you can just sleep in my bed for the rest of the week. Hey, I'm okay with that. If Tabby gets mad, oh well. She shouldn't have made you sleep in a dead lady's bed without even telling you. Let's check on Dustin. You make your way to your dresser, pulling out the drawer to check on the little possum and his mom. No! Dustin! But they're gone. Not even the bread remains. It's just an empty drawer. Oh, are you getting changed? I could give you some privacy, or not. Whichever. Good grief, it absolutely reeks of a possum in here. Dustin's missing. Something has happened to my dear possum friend, Dustin. Huh? You have a little possum friend named Dustin who lives in your drawers? The drawers next to where you sleep? I'm, sorry your little friend wandered off. Possums are very cute. I understand why you'd worry. I guess Frofro probably spooked him. But he's a wild animal, so he'll be fine on his own. And I'm, glad you took that shower at my place. Yeah. You slide the drawer shut. Man, the closet was not like this yesterday morning. So your room's been tampered with. All the more reason to check it out. You instill across the room and to investigate the open closet door. The back of it hangs slightly ajar. It looks like it was never a solid wall at all, but rather a door previously hidden behind the pile of boxes and papers that was dragged out of the way overnight. There's no doorknob, only a small circle of metal where a doorknob would be, punctuated with a keyhole. Is that a hidden door? Yes, I knew it. I knew there was gonna be a hidden passageway. Stella whips out her camera, nearly fuming and fumbling and dropping it. I thought it said fuming and drooling. I'm not even gonna lie. Fumbling and dropping it in excitement. But she regains her steadiness, aiming into the gloom of the closet at the sliver of light from the room beyond. Stellars, you're not gonna believe this. We're here in the Scarlet estate, trying to get to the bottom of what exactly is going on around town, and have just uncovered this hidden door in Delta's closet. Don't you think Tabitha's gonna get mad at you for filming here? Like, legal action mad? That's the nature of journalism. I take risks to get information out into the world, whether that's the risk of bodily harm or legal consequences or for sneaking into my friend's old house. If we don't find anything, I don't post anything. But if we do find something and it blows your dark, possibly incriminating family secrets wide open, well, I guess that's a problem for future Stella to figure out. I think you're right, Stella. Wayne is behind this. Does that mean Wayne knows about the layout of the Scarlet Estate? You know, I'm really starting to wonder what he has to do with all this. I don't like how close he seems to think he is with you, but maybe he knows what's going on. Guess we found our way into the Forbidden Wing. He made this way too easy. Ugh, why can't I speak? He made this way too easy. It feels like a trap. You're going to be the death of me, Stella. you go first. I'm too scared. It's too easy. I don't trust it. We're going to the downstairs entrance. We can figure it out on our own. You're going to be the death of me, Stella. At least that beats dying alone. You're not wrong. You both step forward. Stella filming as she dramatically opens the door. Its hinges creaking appropriately. Together, you enter the Forbidden Wing of the Scarlet Estate. Wait, why is the Forbidden Wing in my closet? I thought it would be like maybe down the hallway or something. But the opposite hallway that isn't toward the guest bedroom. I don't know why I said restroom. The room you find yourself in is mostly barren, with no real furniture to speak of. The wallpaper is peeling with neglect, and the floor tilts uncomfortably beneath you. Already you can see why Tabitha would be so intent on keeping you out of these unused rooms. This doesn't feel like the place for humans anymore. Stella continues forward excitedly, camera held up to catch every detail. You follow her into the hallway beyond a small, forgotten room. Wow, an exclusive look at the ruins of the Scarlet Estate. Even if we don't find anything supernatural in here, this is really great stuff. Oh, Stella, it's a miracle we survived so long. The places you drag me to sometimes. My goodness gracious. Before you is a long hallway. Dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose, warning you away. Though there's nowhere else to run to now, an ornate entryway. Its doors, long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Ooh, those are fresh prints. Fresh prints. She zooms in on what you now notice is a faint trail of human footprints along the dusty floor of the hallway. Floorway? I was really about to say floorway. Those prints belong to that vile shell of a man. I'm certain of it. His scent is unmistakable. Looks like our friend has been doing some exploring of his own. We'll have to be careful. I'd rather not run into him while sneaking around in here. Investigate the ornate entryway. You both make your way into the dark doorway in the middle of the corridor. It seems like some kind of entrance or entertainment room. The sort you'd expect out of fancy rich people who wanted to show off. You would feel elegant if not for the massive crack that runs the entire length of the floor. The air here stinks of mildew. You can only see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. There is a large painting on the far wall of the room from a distance. It looks like it might depict the town. Jeez, it's a miracle any of this is still standing. Tabitha should really think about moving before this half of the house decides to finish falling off the cliff. This room makes my nose tingle, and not in a pleasant sense of the word. As Stella excitedly films B-roll of the ruined parlor, something else catches your eye, too. A bookshelf, or rather, what's left of a bookshelf, hanging by a single rusted hinge. Where? Wait, I don't see a bookshelf. Is that... No. There's a chair. Those are stairs. I see no bookshelf. Its sagging shelves reveal some sunless space behind, once hidden, now exposed by the rot of this house. And it seems that Stella has spotted it too, as she turns her camera towards the dark entryway. A hidden room? Oh man, the fans are gonna love this. Examine the painting first. The painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, still called a hospital at the time of this painting. The church, and then there's somewhere you've yet to see. The historical Callaway Tremaine homestead. Is that down here or down here? Which one is the clinic? Yeah, estate, church, mine, town hall. Is that the estate? Is it a homestead? Oh, no, this is a homestead. Those are the Callaway, because it's multiple, right? So you'd have two, and that must be the hospital. And what would be our little town? Oh, and that would be our little town. Oh, there's a plaque under it. In commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project. Let the past never be forgotten. Oof. I feel like writing something like that is just asking to wind up gathering dust in a neglected room like this. Let this be a lesson to all of my viewers looking to immortalize their life's work. So, all two of you, maybe. Investigate the hidden room. Stella takes you by the hand, her firm grip, leading you a sense of security. Lending you a sense of security, even as you both step over the wide gap in the floor. Together, you duck between the shelves, stepping over water-damaged books, and into the darkness of the hidden room. The space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. The walls are lined with ornate display cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty, but mostly intact. but all of these or ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expensive-looking antique desk in the center of the room. This room stinks to high heaven, and it's a lively stink, not like the dead stink of the rest of this awful house. Unless my nose deceives me, I do believe there is some kind of wild animal in here. A possum? If I had a hazard... Did... Did Dustin move? Did Dustin move to this place? But if anything tries to lay a single paw on my Stella, they'll have hell. Oh my god, I can't read. They'll have hell to pay. Mark my words. Gretchen barks out at the rest of the room, attempting to intimidate whatever it is she smells. Shh, Gretchen? We wouldn't want anybody finding us here. Who knows, they might try to seal it back up. In Montedillo style. Gretchen quiets down, but that doesn't stop her from thoroughly investigating the space. This is it, Stellars. The kind of find every urban explorer hopes for, a hidden room locked away in the Scarlet Estate, full of weird artifacts and keepsakes no one was ever supposed to find. Oh no, they rooted for the South, guys. They rooted for the South. The Scarlet Hollows were not a fan of Lincoln, to say the least. They weren't counting on a couple of investigative documentarians like us to go looking, but here we are, about to blow your family's sordid past wide open. Examine the desk. You step toward the desk. Maybe there's something worth finding in its drawers. Open the top drawer. Oh, a letter opener in wax. The top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter writing materials, complete with a fancy dagger-shaped letter opener and a wax stamping kit. Emblazoned with initials ES. The wax seems lightly gnawed. Underneath, you find a pile of crumpled financial documents, scrawled in neat cursive. In every spot that needed a signature is the name Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this must also be his study. And hidden among the documents, you find an ancient photograph. A stern blonde man stares up at you from the detritus at the bottom of the drawer. Face you're surprised to find you recognize. It's the man from your vision, the one in the hospital bed. Hey, I've seen that before. That's a picture of Theodore they put in the local library books. That's your great-great-uncle or something. The one who died in the collapse? Tell Stella about your vision. I had a vision about him yesterday. No way. Enoch was about to take Teddy home from the hospital after the collapse, but afterwards he told the doctors that it was just an imposter. He didn't die in the collapse. Enoch just said he did. But I also saw him promising Teddy that a witch was going to solve their problems. Enoch said he was working with a witch and that she'd be able to help him fix things. But this was in the hospital after the collapse. Enoch was about to take Teddy home from the hospital. But afterwards he told doctors that it was an imposter. Maybe that's true, but Stella focuses the camera on you as you explain the vision you saw yesterday. She's clearly shocked by the revelation, drinking in every word, eyes growing wide. We'd better be on the lookout for anything that could give us information on what happened after Enoch brought Teddy back here. Because at this point, especially after what happened during the ghost hunt, I think we know that your family has a few skeletons in the closet. Literally. Close that one. Open the bottom one. The bottom drawer offers some resistance as you try to pull it open. It seems that it was locked, though the bit of metal attempting to hold it shut seems to have rusted to the point of uselessness years ago. In games with a sharp tug, rotting wood splintering softly somewhere beneath the century-old desk. You're surprised to see the familiar faces staring up at you from within the nest of odd glass vials. Vermin! Let me at them! I'll tear their little throats out! Whoa, hey, Stella, calm down. Whoa, hey, calm down, Gretchen. We don't need you getting riled up like that right now. Please, no kill! Dustin, already dead! Dustin and Dustin's mom play dead. No, Gretchen, Dustin and Dustin's mom are my friends. You don't need to fight them. Dustin? Why, I didn't know you went around befriending every disgusting little wild animal in town. I was unaware I was associated with someone with such low breeding. Though, I suppose I could learn something from you. It could reflect well on me to choose to mingle with the occasional riffraff. I feel like I changed her voice. One shouldn't be too unkind to those who are lesser, even if it means I must put up with such odious beasts as these. Yes, I will somehow find it in my heart to look past this. I am a lady, after all. As the barking stops, Dustin stirs, life returning to his tiny body, though his mom remains in her half-dead state. That right? Oh my! I'm skipping. Dustin and human and friends, and human big and strong. Protect Dustin from ugly dog. How did you get here, Dustin? Other human came into room. Scary human. It scared Dustin and Dustin mom. Other human didn't much moving around. Dustin afraid that Dustin house would be moving too, and maybe Dustin would be eaten by scary human. But Dustin now know about many places to hide, so Dustin and Dustin mom come here. Are there any secrets you know about the Forbidden Wing? Secrets? Dustin not know about many secrets. Dustin know upper rooms scary, smell like blood and storms. No good hiding places when human come. That's why Dustin down here instead. Nobody ever come down here. Plenty little dark places to sleep too. Other secret Dustin know is stuff that look like food in other small house, not actually food. It not stop Dustin from trying to eat though. Could turn into food when Dustin not looking. Can I pet you? Can I pet you? Dustin appears to think about this, glancing at the form of his pseudo-dead mother, then back at you. Okay! You carefully run your hand along Dustin's back, rubbing him gently between the ears. He closes his eyes, seeming to enjoy the interaction as much as you do. He feels oddly greasy, and his fur is coarse and thick, but his tiny body is warm and comforting beneath your palm. Aw, how sweet. I'll edit that part out of the video. We don't need commenters starting any fights about petting wild animals. They wouldn't understand that you have some otherworldly bond with every animal you meet. Though maybe exploring that could make an interesting new series. Are you gonna come back to live in my room? It's just Dustin's house on a weekend, but Dustin can wait for next weekend. I don't suppose you could let me have one of those vials you're sitting on. Dustin glances down at the vials underneath him, and his death-fading mom. He takes a moment before responding, clearly thinking long and hard about it. Human can take weird eggs. That's okay with Dustin. You slide a number of vials out from beneath Dustin and his mom, who is still stiff as a board. A tiny trickle of drool leaks from the corner of her mouth, leaving a damp trail along the width of him. Bye, Dustin. Bye, Dustin's mom. Okay. You close the drawer, returning Dustin and Dustin's mom to their hideaway before returning to Stella with your haul of glass vials. Dustin and Lucky Human have rare good nature. Lucky Human reign in hell, beast. Huh? Lucky Human reign in hell, beast. Dustin almost died like siblings. Alright, let's see what we've got in these bad boys. You can do the honors while I hold the camera. Open them. You reach for one of them, but hesitate before opening it. It's a fragile thing, and it hums with a strange energy. You close your eyes and focus on the hum. And to your surprise, at the back of your mind, you begin to read your contents to Stella out loud. To Miss Maeve, I know it has been several years since my last visit, but I do hope you remember the young lad who used to find himself at your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write you now with the utmost urgency. Whoa, how are you doing that? Stella focuses the camera on you as you continue to read. I'm not sure if news has reached you regarding what transpired just yesterday. Many lives were lost. The town is in a frenzy. I hope to mitigate some of the damage that has been done, and thus must speak with you at once. I attempted the journey to your place of residence, but was unable to locate it. I don't think you're the pranking type. You once told me of another way to reach you, and though it seems nothing but a half-remembered fantasy, I am acting in desperation. I can only hope this letter finds its way to you. And you once said it would be in my hour of need. You once said it would in my hour of need. I must meet with you at your soonest convenience. Sincerely, E.S. Stella snatches the bottle from you and closes her eyes, her face scrunched with intense concentration. I got nothing. Then she pops it open, and the smell of old pawn wafts across the room. She wastes no time removing the paper from within. These papers smell so strange, like the woods at night, or old leaves. I would be able to pinpoint it better if not for the overwhelming reek of those filthy opossums. Holy shit, that's exactly what you said was on it. How? And then she interrupted as the paper dissolves into pulp, as if it only just now realized that it had been submerged all these years. Okay, I guess we're not popping these open. Seriously. Though, how are you doing that? I don't know. It's like the glass was talking to me. I thought everyone could do this. I don't know, it was like the glass was talking to me. Beast speak and glass speak? Some people really win with the genetic lottery, huh? Celeste eyes. ES has gotta be Enoch's scholar, and that Maeve could be the witch he was talking about in your vision. The one who could fix their problems. You should read the rest. You reach for another. Miss Verena. Trouble with tea. Your presence requested at once. Verena, know what you tried. Do not appreciate the attempt at subterfuge. Thought we both knew what was at stake here. The boy has been dealt with. Expect me this evening for in-person discussion. Maybe this is just a residual ghost possession feeling talking, but it kind of seems like he's referring to the whole Charlie situation. The boy being dealt with. that would mean Enoch had something to do with what happened to poor Charlie. Even if it was just telling Edwardine to do it. Stella gets a distant look in her eye. For a moment, she stares off into the dark, as if watching some vision play out, but she quickly snaps back to reality, shaking herself out of it as she continues to rifle through the letters. And the addressee changed. First Maeve, then Verena. The weirdest part about all this is that these are just in his desk. There is not even an address written on them. That must mean they weren't sent, right? Yet she was clearly getting them somehow. This is so juicy. You continue through the last few. Many seem unimportant. Just listing time and place, you assume meaning between Enoch and whoever this Verena may have been. Step away from the desk. You step away from the desk. You've seen enough. Go back to the hallway. I think that's all we have time for in this video episode of Scarlet Hollow. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like, comment if what you want to see more of on the channel, or if you're just enjoying What did I just say? Comment what you want to see. Comment what you want to see more of on the channel. And if you're new or returning, please do please do subscribe. If so, man, I need to go to sleep. Okay. And with that, subscribe if you're new or returning. It'll show me a ton of support and help me keep doing what I'm doing. And with that, I hope to see you all in the next video, whatever I make. Delta out.